I have cheated on someone.
Like, how dare you?
Is betrayal.
I feel like it's disrespectful.
It's not fair.
You're gonna cheat, do it, but expect karma to
This is becoming very normal nowadays.
In a country that romanticized old school love and love at first sight, we have entered an age where cheating has become the problem of the hour. Why do you think people cheat?
I think people cheat probably because they're not either A, fully invested in the relationship, or B, maybe they're not getting everything they want from the relationship. So instead of maybe tackling that core issue, they try to see if they can find what they're looking for elsewhere.
I've mostly seen guys cheating. So when they do it, I feel like they think they're cool or like, oh, it's like, I can get more than one girl.
For only one reason, when you don't love each other, there's nothing special between you guys to do. So you're easy to get distracted from another person.
There's some aspect of our relationship that isn't satisfactory enough, and I would talk it out with them. I wouldn't excuse their behavior for sure, but I would like to delve deeper into why it is that they cheated.
They lose interest on that particular people and they don't feel any kind of, they don't realize that they have lost their feelings and suddenly they find someone else attractive. And I think if people are cheating, then they are not actually in a relationship.
Why did you cheat?
Because I was young and I was stupid. I was a fat kid and I got skinny and I started getting a lot of attention from other girls in school, and that was new to me. I didn't know how to deal with it.
If a person has a shaky self-esteem, they might be on a lookout for experiences which boosts their self-confidence there. And cheating gives you that for a very brief period of time, that sense of high. You feel good about yourself, you feel wanted, you feel attractive in that moment. Some characteristic traits of people who are cheating, they could be highly narcissistic, high on impulsivity, sensation seeking, thrill seeking. They might lack empathy.
55% of married Indians have cheated on their spouses, out of which 56% are women. Do you think cheating has become more common?
And I see it a lot. I see it a lot. It's like, and they cheat and they're giving an explanation that they're right. They give a reason. Because you did this, I did this. So this is becoming very normal nowadays.
Because I think love marriages are more normalized nowadays. Earlier, when my father and mother, they are arranged marriage, my uncle and aunt, they are arranged marriage. Now love marriages are more common, live-ins are more common. I don't think that people are taking marriages that seriously. They just want to time pass.
I think in general, because accessibility to a lot of other people is really increasing these days, it becomes a lot easier to go in that direction. Like ultimately, like you would like to say that cheating is like a decision that you're making, but a lot of them, it's not really a big decision. It's kind of like tiny decisions that kind of lead to the big cheating, right?
Less and less people want to commit, and lesser people want to adhere to traditional dating rules, which I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's definitely a change.
According to a survey, 46% think that one can cheat on their partner while still being in love with them. This is probably why Indians are ready to forgive their partners when they find out about their affairs. Would you forgive your partner?
I think everybody goes through that phase in life where in some or the other way do tend to cheat, which is okay. I mean, if you accept your mistake and you commit and you accept, it's okay.
Me, no. In a relationship, if a person, example, if my husband or my boyfriend cheats me, I may say I forgive you, but that will be still in my heart.
I'm not a very rigid person, like I would not hold on to grudges, but I would always want to sit the person down and like want to know what happened so that I can actually analyze and let things go instead of holding on to them. And so you need to know who's worth being forgiven and who's not.
So Esther Perel, who has done a lot of work related to relational therapy, she has this quote that staying is the new shame, and I think it makes a lot of sense related to the current trends. And that's where choosing to stay with your partner can evoke a lot of guilt or shame in the process. However, it is still important to understand that at the end of the day, if this is what your decision is, that's your call. Like you should go ahead with what's really coming for you and what you think will work out for you.
In today's world, with social media and dating apps, access to new people is literally at our fingertips. Technology has made it easier to connect with others outside of relationships, often in secret. Do you think it's become easier to cheat?
Snapchat and these disappearing messages and all of that, that you can easily like text someone and then the messages disappear after that. There's no trace. So I think it has become easy.
I feel like all of us are just in general desensitized to basic human decency. Like I feel like we don't feel things as deeply as we should anymore, and that excuses a lot of bad behavior. So it's not just cheating, it's also like emotional abuse, and it's also like a lot of other things that creep into relationships that for some reason now people don't feel as strongly adverse to anymore, which I think sucks personally.
It was always easy. It's always the mindset that makes it tough.
Does it change you as a person?
I don't know how it feels to be the person getting cheated on, but I know what they go through because I have been involved directly in that. I can't even imagine what I must have put her through.
Yeah, I think they'll start having trust issues, and they might like if they get into a relationship after that, they're taking on their past relationship baggage to the next, and they might have trust issues with the next partner, which it can fuck up the next relationship.
Yeah, actually they used to be very kind before, but now I can say they have been turned into red flags. Oh no. They don't believe in relationships anymore, and they are like, if some people have used me, then I'm also gonna use other people.
It made me feel very insecure in myself, and I'm already really insecure, so I didn't really need that extra component of like, oh, I'm not good enough. Like I said, I think it changes how you view yourself, at least for I would say like 3-4 months after the incident happens. I'm sure that you'll feel less confident, and you'll feel like you're constantly looking at yourself, and you're trying to pick out what it is that didn't satisfy them enough that they had to go seek out another person to get that, which in my opinion is so detrimental to your self-confidence, and it's not worth it at all.
Why do men and women cheat? It's a question as old as time, one that has complex answers. But as per statistics, reasons for men differ from those of women.
It's the same. Cheating is cheating.
Men usually cheat because they're looking for emotional attachment, and they're looking for like something that their partner can't give them. See, because I also know that inherently women are more loyal. Like it takes a lot more motivation for a woman to cheat. But I would definitely not go to the extent to say that when women cheat, it's worse.
If we're basing our understanding on the previous studies, it is suggested that men usually cheat out of their unmet, specifically their physical needs, or it could also be stemming from their desire to have sexual knowledge. On the other hand, for women, it usually is coming from a place of emotional dissatisfaction. So it could be in terms of their need for emotional intimacy or emotional validation.
How do you think someone can heal from getting cheated on?
If you got cheated on by someone, it's not because there's something you don't have or there's something that you can't offer. It's rather something to do with your partner who has cheated on you. So I know it's very easy to say, but like don't give yourself the label of I'm not good enough, which is why my partner cheated on me, because that's literally not true. If your partner shows like any telltale signs of them developing an attachment to someone else, leave. It's not worth it. It's not worth the amount of emotional back and forth you have to do. It's really not worth it.
Just leave him. Just leave him. Leave him. No more.
First and foremost, we need to process the grief, because you did not just lose a person, you also lost a lot of trust. You also lost the whole idea of the sort of relationship you thought this was. So there could be an immense feeling of loss that you might be sitting with. So the first step is to process that, mourn that loss. Once with that, you can then start to work on reestablishing trust. Even if you stay with the person or you choose to move on, rebuilding trust is very, very important. Not just for your romantic partners in the future, but for people in general, right? But the other area to build on for healing is your self-esteem, your self-worth, because that definitely gets impacted. You might be sitting with a lot of self-doubt. So reestablishing that, doing things which gives you that sense of mastery, doing things that give you a sense of joy,